What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to issue a serious warning to all investors, specifically the newer investors out there, because there's a lot going on, and I really think we all should be aware of it. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. I will be going live tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer 1 friend by the end of the month and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. And if you need help setting up your Webull account, let me know in the comments or on social media. Alright, so today is Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022. And today I wanted to talk about and issue a serious warning to all investors out there. And there's a story behind why today's video is titled what it is. Number one, and most importantly, because I'm going to be covering topics that I was planning on talking about today anyway. 2, because I know that there are a lot of new investors out there, or relatively new or inexperienced investors out there, that don't know what it's like to be in the market during these rough economic times. And then of course 3, because apparently it's a meme for news outlets to be titling their articles a serious warning to all investors now, and I just thought it would be funny to ride that wave. But anyway, let's dive in. So for those of you that have been asleep at the wheel, the financial world has been suffering immensely this entire year so far. Inflation's higher than Tommy Chong. We've seen the CPI readings go from 7% to 7.5% to 7.9% to 8.5%, down to 8.3%, and then right back up to 8.6%. God only knows what the next reading is going to be. We'll find out in a few weeks. But here's the thing. It's not just headline inflation being driven up into the sky by food and oil. No. If you look at core inflation, in the latest report, you'll see that the prices within quite literally every single category is on the rise. This is mainly the after effect, all that currency we recklessly printed over the last 2 years, as well as the persistent supply chain constraints that are still going on today, which is resulting in a shortage of, well, almost everything. And due to the issue at hand, it's costing some of the biggest companies in the world to be met with the burden of having to spend even more money, which is forcing them to raise their prices. And for a while, no one seemed to care. People were getting stimulus checks, tax credits, borrowing money for free. What's there to be worried about? Well, I guess people didn't take into account that free and easy isn't sustainable. And now, as we're getting back to somewhat normal, the prices are still high. So now we're seeing a decline in consumer spending and saving, which is causing the companies that had to raise prices in the first place to put out bad earnings reports, which is being answered with laying off workers to offset costs. And the Federal Reserve is desperately trying to put as many band-aids on as many broken arms as possible by raising rates as much as they can, but not too high or not too fast, because then that would cause a market shock. Meaning the non-existent rates were pretty much the only thing keeping us afloat to begin with. So with inflation soaring, rates being raised as fast as possible, companies releasing bad earnings reports, no one knowing if the Fed is going to pull the rug out from under us, less people working, less people spending, all while we had negative GDP growth in the first quarter of the year, and more than likely going to find out that we had negative GDP growth in the second quarter of the year as well. We'll find out in July. Pretty much every possible sign is pointing to a recession. And funny enough, after the year we just had, 2021, a lot of people entered the market that year. And guess what? All they saw was green, especially toward the end of the year. The stock market was flying. And with the market on the rise, people would just plow more money in, assuming it would just keep on going up, which it did. It caused the market to keep going up, which made even more people throw even more money in. And it was basically a roller coaster that was on its way up, and just as it was reaching its peak and we prepared ourselves for the fall, it went up even higher. That was 2021 in a nutshell. And 2022 has been pretty much the polar opposite. I think there's one word that pretty much sums up the last 6 months. Bloodbath. It's been brutal. And the downtrend has lasted an incredibly long time. Not in the grand scheme of things, but it is an incredibly long time for a new or inexperienced investor. That's why I thought I would issue a warning today to the new people out there, to the new investors, to the people who don't know what it's like to be investing or to have an investment portfolio during these rough economic times. I don't know how much it's worth coming from someone that's only been investing for 2 years, but I've been closely examining the precious metals for going on 5 years. I've been in business for nearly 10, so I'm no stranger to intense ups and downs. And I think it's safe to say that right now, we're seeing some pretty intense downs. So now might be the opportunity of a lifetime to begin investing or to continue investing. So of course, friendly reminder to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer 1 friend by the end of the month. They're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Webull link in the description. If you need help creating your account, let me know, because I'm going to be helping one of you get completely set up this week. First person to contact me in the comment section or over on Twitter or Instagram gets a complete walkthrough. So if you need help, reach out. But back to the downtrend that we've been seeing all year. I wanted to point out the fact that the average bear market lasts 289 days. That's just about 10 months. Of course, the downtrend we've been seeing has already been about 6 months, but we didn't enter bear market territory until a little bit more recently. We've been in a NASDAQ bear market for maybe a month or two, and we've been in an S&P 500 bear market since last week. So technically, we have quite a ways to go before we're even close to the average length of a bear market, which is 289 days. And as optimistic of a person I generally am, it's important to also stay realistic. I can say with complete confidence, with the utmost conviction, that it's probably still going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. There's a chance we haven't even scratched the surface yet, which I know sounds like a real-life horror movie to newer investors out there whose portfolios may already be underwater. But I like to think of what we're going through right now as an opportunity to not only lower our average cost, but more importantly, increase our number of shares. You see, we say this all the time in the precious metal world. It doesn't really matter all that much how much your stack is worth in dollar bills in the short term, nearly as much as it matters how many troy ounces of silver or gold you own. I know it's a chaotic time, but The safest bet right now is to make sure you have a cash emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenses and just let it sit there on the sidelines, just in case. And from there, just continue to dollar cost average your way into the market. That's it. And also, it's important to remember during rough economies, inflationary times, recessions, depressions, etc., 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 not every company that goes down will come back. But the market always does. The market has come back from every single hit it has taken since the creation of the stock market. So if you want the safest move for the long term with maximum diversification and more of a hands-off approach, index funds. Broad market index funds. They cover all bases. They give you a small piece of absolutely everything. And it's one of the closest things we have to a guaranteed way of building wealth long term, as there hasn't been a single instance where someone lost money by consistently dollar cost averaging into the market over a 20-year period. Now, could there be a first time for everything? In theory, sure. But history has proven over and over and over and over that even though the market can go down in the short term, and it almost absolutely will, you're way better off than not being in the market at all, long term. Plus, look at this chart right here. This is something that I sent my friend just a couple of days ago who was a little bit concerned with all of the red she has been seeing. Notice all of the crashes we've seen? Look at all those crashes. You notice how insignificant they are when you compare them to what the market has done from the beginning to the end of the chart? This is just a bump in the road that we're seeing right now that we likely won't even remember once we make it to the moon. So again, I believe Webull is a great place for beginners who want to learn about investing and get started. I'm not sponsored by them. I just truly enjoy the app. I'll leave the link in the description. I'm actually going to be helping one of you set up an account this week, a complete walkthrough. It's pretty self-explanatory and you probably don't need any help, but I know some people out there aren't all that tech savvy, so if you don't already have an account and you need help making one, let me know. Leave a comment on this video or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Both of them are at Mykie DYDSS. That's MYKIE DYDSS on Twitter and Instagram. Remember, if you download the app and fund your account, you're going to get 6 free random stocks. If you refer a friend by the end of the month, you're going to get 10 free random stocks. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, you're going to get all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Webull link in the description. But I also want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know. What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? What warnings for new investors do you have? And let's keep it objective. Let's keep it realistic. Let's keep opinions to the side, because opinions don't matter when the facts are on the table. And what's on the table right now? Some real, true, honest money. Little itty-bitty pieces of wealth. We actually have a nice little display today. Have some silver, we have some gold, we even have some currency dollar bill IOU debt notes. Backed by the USA. And backed by debt. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. How long have you been investing for? Maybe you're something kind of similar to me. Maybe you've been investing for about 2 years. Maybe you got in at arguably the best time ever, which was like the bottom of 2020. Maybe you've been investing for a shorter period of time, maybe a year, maybe just a couple of months. Maybe you're brand new, or maybe you haven't even gotten started yet, but you've been meaning to. Or maybe you've been investing for several years, several decades at this point. Maybe you've been investing through a variety of crashes. Maybe you've seen this before. Maybe you've seen this a couple of times at this point. What would you say to a brand new investor out there? or someone that got overly used to what was going down in 2021, which was absolutely nothing. Nothing was going down in 2021. Everything was going up in 2021. What would you say to a person like that who got used to the fact that nothing goes down, everything goes up? Green every single day. No pullbacks, no corrections. Everything is just to the moon. Because there are a lot of people out there who started investing last year and that's all they know. That's what they got used to. They haven't seen this before. They're a first timer when it comes to massive corrections and pullbacks and crashes and bear markets and inflationary times, recessionary times, and the market getting brutalized the way that it's been, not for the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks, but the last half a year. This whole year so far. It all started, I think, January 3rd. I'm pretty sure that was the first open market day of the entire year. That's when the red started. After several months of green, it's all been followed by about 6 months of red. What would you say to someone who just recently got started investing? And of course, what would you say to somebody who hasn't even started yet? And maybe they're planning on it. Maybe they're the person who I'm going to be helping create a Webull account this week. What would you say to a person like that? Would you say broad market index funds are the best way to go for the average investor? That's what Warren Buffett says. Arguably the greatest investor to ever live. I think his advice is probably better than anyone else's. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week. I will be going live tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. Deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. And every Saturday morning, I post a brand new vlog. And there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Used to be 2 free stocks, but they bumped it up to 6 for this month only, so capitalize on that while you can. And you can do this by depositing any amount, even as little as a penny. It still works, it still counts, you still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you 10 free stocks for the referral. This is part of their advertising budget, by the way. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And you can do this 10 times, by the way. Refer 10 friends by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 100 free random stocks, 10 each. And of course, if you refer just as little as 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, just a couple of days left, they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. You're also going to get 30 free random stocks, 10 for each of the 3 referrals, but you're also going to get all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Maybe you'll get all 15, maybe you'll get 10, maybe you'll get 1. It's completely random. You get what you get and you don't get upset, but you're guaranteed at least 1, so you're still walking away a winner. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Now you'll have the cash to go and get you whatever you want. Maybe some silver, maybe some gold, maybe something else. Webull link in the description. If you need help creating an account, reach out. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to everything we're dealing with right now, when it comes to inflation, when it comes to rate hikes, when it comes to earnings reports, when it comes to everything that we're seeing right now, inflationary times, recessionary times, bear markets, and just a complete bloodbath of a market right now. What are your thoughts? Is this painful to go through right now? Maybe you're having the time of your life buying up everything at discounted prices. Maybe you're dollar cost averaging your way further into the market and you're just happy to be able to lower your average cost and increase your number of shares. Or maybe this is like horrifying right now. Maybe you're underwater, or maybe you're fearful of going underwater. Maybe you don't like to see this persistent decline. But like I said before, the market always comes back. It always has. Since the creation of the stock market, it has recovered from every single crash. And not only that, it's gone up way past where it was before it crashed initially. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.